Hi guys, welcome back to my channel once again here on YouTube, and welcome back to the series of obscure wrestling DVDs. This is episode 2, Rey Mysterio Jr. Before they were stars. Before I go over that, I just want to say I put myself through the torture of doing this series, reviewing shit and obscure and bizarre looking wrestling DVDs, so you don't have to put yourselves through that. I'll do that torture for you. I'll review them for you. So I have like a quest to find the most shittest possible wrestling DVD out there. And so far, episode 1 has that honor with As Hard as the Rock. That disaster piece right there. And I said I wouldn't be using that DVD anytime again soon, but I have to use it as a background today for that. And yes, so obviously I didn't go into this with high expectations. I'll go over my thoughts of everything on here in just a minute. Let's just have a look at the front cover artwork first. So, Rey Mysterio Jr., keeping the Junior there. This was before he dropped the Junior and replaced the I after the M with a Y. So, rare footage of the future world champion forging his reputation in the bull rings and auditorios of Mexico. I like the cover artwork with the mask and that. That's really cool. Very good. With blending in with the Mexican flag as well. 15 certificate here in the UK, featuring Psychosis, Octagon, Pentagon, Halloween, Super Kalo or Calo, Juventud Guerrera. There's the spine. So this was a Big Vision release. I am familiar with the company, as I was with the revelations for that piece of shit there behind. Yep, there's the spine with the text on, as you can see. Before they were stars, Rey Mysterio Jr. So I'm thinking to myself, did Big Vision release any more of these before they were stars? I haven't had a look yet, but I will have a look later because I'm intrigued by that. Nice disc artwork. I do like that. Very good with the mask again, same as the front. So Rey Mysterio Jr. featuring Psychosis, Conan, Hoovy, Halloween, Octagon. Also includes Ultraman 2000 versus Psychosis match versus match mask with an appearance by Rey Mysterio Jr. himself. So this one didn't have a runtime on the back, guys, but the main documentary itself ran around an hour and a half, and the extras just over an hour. I obviously, as I said, I didn't go into this with high expectations, and here we go. So we had on the main documentary, I'd like to call it itself, it wasn't a documentary, it was a compilation of matches really just put together. So this was Rey Mysterio's time before he joined WCW, obviously. This is like around 1994 from what I can make out. And the camera quality, we have like where fans are filming the footage on their own personal camera from way back, not way back in the arena, but close enough, I guess. Sometimes it can be difficult to work out what's going on. And obviously the technology for cameras back then wasn't great. You know, get the blur effects and stuff going on. But, you know, I accept that. So I just put that to the back of my mind, the production value for this DVD and the time it's filmed and that, because it was from 1994, let's be fair, it's nearly 30 years ago. So I didn't let that bug me too much. So, excuse me, guys. So each match, so the first match on there, first of 6 matches, we had Rey Mysterio Jr., Y Torero, sorry, the Y must be mean and, sorry guys, I've written this down wrong. So Rey Mysterio Jr. and Torero versus Jerry Estrada and Negro Azteca. So that match, to open it up, it was very fucking strange. So we had lots of one-sided shit going on. So Mysterio's partner Torero, he just didn't seem to do much, and the other two on the opposition, the Jerry Estrada and Negro Azteca, were just continuously targeting Rey Mysterio, just bullying him, beating the shit out of him, and Torero was like nowhere to be seen. I was just trying to work out what was going on a lot, and they were using weapons, and no DQ was given. We had a strange finish because the ref decided to DQ Negro Azteca and Jerry Estrada for using the chair, from what I could make out, even though they'd been using weapons throughout the whole match. And I thought to myself, what a fucking strange match. So I scored that one 1.5 out of 5. Sorry about that, guys. That's the best I could describe it. It was just a total mess. Anyway, and speaking of messes, more about that later, I guess, as you can pick up from the other matches I'll talk about. Second match in, arguably the best match of the DVD that I've seen. We had Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Juventud Guerrera. The filming for this was outside, and this was the time when Juventud Guerrera was still masked because he'd lost his mask in WCW. Oh, so did Rey Mysterio, didn't he? Yeah. So yeah, both of them had lost their masks in WCW, but both of them are masked here, so it was cool to actually see Juventud Guerrera wrestle masked and see what he was like before he was in WCW. It was, as I said, was probably the best match of the DVD. It confused me a little bit. I was having fun with it, but it was confusing me a little bit because Juventud Guerrera had pinned Rey Mysterio, and I thought, oh, okay, Juventud's won. Oh, that's the first fall. And I was like, hang on, what? You didn't say anything about a 2 out of 3 falls match or anything. And then Rey Mysterio wins the second fall, and then Rey Mysterio wins the third fall. So he wins 2-1, basically. So the rules are, apparently, each match has to be won by 2 out of 3 falls. Very fucking strange rules, that was. I just didn't know that. I've never watched Lucha Libre old stuff properly. I think the nearest I've ever watched to Lucha Libre stuff was Lucha Underground, and only parts of that, and the movie Nacho Libre. Or Nacho Libre, I don't know, however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to go with Libra. Libre? I don't know. You know what I mean anyway, guys. It's my accent, it's stupid. I don't know how to pronounce it. So next up, so that, not next up yet, I'm going to rate that match first. So yeah, because it was outside during the day as well, it was easier to see what was going on. Again, the quality wasn't great, but I'm not going to moan about it because I said I wouldn't, because it's being an old quality video footage, and it was enjoyable. Yeah, so I give that one 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, best match of the set here of the DVD. Match number 3, we had Rey Mysterio Jr. and Octagon against KGB and Pentagon. Pentagon not being the same Penta we know as, the one in AEW now. Forgot what he calls himself because he changed his name from Pentagon, didn't he? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. You know the one I mean that's in AEW now. It's not the same dude. This match was just really strange, and it just dragged on and just felt really boring, and I was just trying to work out what was going on again, because they don't seem to have tag team rules, even though it was meant to be a tag team match. All of them were just in all at the same time, and then they just kept fucking around outside the ring, and it was just a complete mess. So I decided to give that one a 1 out of 5. I just couldn't work that one out at all. I had this problem with quite a few of the matches that were on here as well, guys. That includes the extras that we'll get to shortly. Match number 4 is Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Super Calo versus Leon Negro versus Juventud Guerrera versus Psychosis versus Halloween. Apparently, Leon Negro is the Black Lion, translated from that language, from Spanish to English. So the commentary team were saying. But this match was getting on my nerves because throughout I just had to keep putting up with the commentator burping. It was kind of off-putting because he apparently was drinking beer while watching it. And I thought to myself, maybe that's something I should have done while watching this, drank beer. But that would have been really trippy and messed with my head even more, because the rules, they're strange, really strange rules. And I just couldn't wait for this one to be over, and I was just like, come on, next match, come on please. So yeah, another 1 out of 5 for that one, guys. Next match, we had Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Juventud Guerrera. Not as good as that match that they had earlier that I talked about, but for what it was okay. 2.5 out of 5 for that one. And the final match of the main DVD itself, we had Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Super Calo versus Leon Negro versus Los Hombres DX. I'm ever so sorry, guys. That's what I wrote down in the text that was on the screen as well, and that's how it came across as what it said. Doesn't matter anyway, because the match itself was just weird. I mean, we had a few people dressed like X-Men characters. I don't know who exactly, because I couldn't work out who was who apart from Rey Mysterio. I don't know any of the other wrestlers. Yeah, someone dressed as Wolverine, someone dressed as Cyclops. If you're X-Men fans, you know what I'm on about. And it started off as like a match that they were all competitive for, a really competitive match. And then like halfway through, it got really fucking strange. We had lots of people interfering, and I thought, oh, here we go, WCW. I had to check the actual DVD itself and see it didn't have the WCW logo on there anywhere. And I said to myself, come on, this can't be a WCW one, surely, because of the interference. But no, it's not a WCW one. So yeah, we had lots of weird interference, and this went on for ages. And I thought, just get out the fucking ring and continue on with the match. And that never happened. It just turned into a full blown war. And honestly, we had like 30 wrestlers in there just attacking all of the wrestlers that were in the match, bringing in all these weapons. We had, I think Conan lit a bat on fire and brought it in with him. I think it was this match. I started attacking. No, that was a different match. But they were bringing in bats anyway. Bats, chairs. One of the wrestlers had something thrown at them from the crowd, and they launched it back at the person that threw it at them. And this could have been a plant in the crowd, possibly, but it didn't look like it was. And then, like, the member of the crowd tried to push past like different family members to get over the barricade to attack the wrestlers, and then various other crowd members trying to get involved as well. It was just like a full-blown war, and it was an absolute mess. I just didn't know what was going on. And it didn't have like a proper finish or anything, but I was entertained by this bizarre occurrence, this weird shit going on before me. Me rubbing my eyes, thinking to myself, this got to be a dream. This can't be real. This isn't wrestling. This doesn't happen in wrestling usually. What have I missed 30 years ago? Near 30 years ago. Shit. There I was rubbing my eyes, checking that DVD cover. This wasn't WCW as well because of the interference, as I said earlier. But no, very, very strange stuff, guys, honestly. But because of the entertainment value of that match, I give it a score of 3 out of 5. But it's not as good as the Rey Mysterio Juventud Guerrera match, though, because I think I scored that one 3.5, if I remember rightly. Yes, I think it was. And yes, so we had that to finish out the main DVD itself before going on to the extras. Yeah, very, very fucking weird that was. But like I said, it was enjoyable. Wasn't expecting it, and I'm glad I didn't watch it while I was drinking, as I said. Going on to the extras, there were 4 matches. We had Halloween versus Damien 666 versus Leon Negro versus Ninja Shiraku. That one was just a really boring one again, and not a lot going on with that. No Rey Mysterio, so why is that included on here if this is a Rey Mysterio set? So I had myself scratching my head, saying to myself, oh, don't start doing this shit like as hard as The Rock, and it's not even going to be anything to do with the wrestler. Don't cut off doing some other crazy shit. But I'll be fair, it was a bonus wrestling match, Shit still, I didn't like it. Yeah, 1.5 out of 5. Next, we had Psychosis versus Juventud Guerrera versus Halloween versus Los Chocolats. I don't know. I tried pronouncing it. And this was a cage match. And very, very strange one as well, because those were the wrestlers that started off in the match. And then we had just loads of interference. And one of the sides of the ring with the cage on, we had like 10, 15 wrestlers all just climbing on there and just swinging on it, just like rocking and I thought they was going to collapse into the crowd or some crazy shit. Absolutely bizarre, very bizarre stuff, and it just dragged on and on and on, and then we had this female wrestler, I assume she is, coming, called Natalie or something, and she was like holding a chair, trying to attack every wrestler she could see. And when everyone was laid out, she was just doing circles, literal circles, in the fucking ring with the chair, waving it around like a fucking lunatic, waiting for somebody to get up. And then someone would get up and she'd hit them with the chair, and then she just, she didn't know what to do with herself. It's like what was she doing there? And eventually, the three participants had climbed out of the ring. And this is where I got confused again. So three of them climbed out the ring, and ended up, because they all went at the same time. They all three of their feet touched the floor. And I thought, is it definitely in their rules that that's going to be the end of the match, or are we going to have something stupid that they have to get back in the ring and then pin them? This reminds me of that stupid Canadian rules match I had to do for WCW a few weeks ago on that New Blood Rising. It's very similar. Anyway, onto a mask versus mask match. We had Ultraman 2000 versus Psychosis. Now, this was probably my favourite match of the extras. It was very competitive. Again, the 2 out of 3 falls rule, obviously, to win the match. We got to 1-1, and then it went very weird again. We had interference again. Yeah, interference, I know. We had Conan coming down, this time with a flaming bat. It was this match. He lit a bat on fire, brought it down. They stacked up 3 tables. They lit the middle table on fire, which Psychosis put Ultraman 2000 through. And surprisingly, he kicked out of that. Lots of weird shit with chairs. They're just obsessed with chairs in each and every one of these matches. And it's not like they were using them in a good way either. It was really tame chair shots. I know this was 1994, but bloody hell, you know what I mean? I think Conan got busted open in this one, or it might have been the previous match. I can't remember now. I just got so confused by it all. And then from what started off as a very competitive mask versus mask match anyway, after it got to 1-1, all this interference out of nowhere, and then I was just like, can you let them get back to the match? I want to see who wins. I don't want you all interfering. I want it all fair. And it was just turning into another stupid war again, and all these people coming in, all these wrestlers coming in and attacking each other. And I just can't explain it, guys. It is just not shit. It's just bizarre. Absolutely fucking strange. Anyway, after the beating dished out to each one, they've dished out to each other, Psychosis and Ultraman 2000, that is. We finally get a winner with Psychosis beating Ultraman. Ultraman unmasks. They hug and shake hands, and nothing happened, and they're all happy. And then all the guys that are all coming in interfered. They're all like, they're all happy, just jumping up and down, like, all, joyful, like nothing had happened. It's just strange, very, very weird stuff. That's basically all I can say about this, really, guys. As I said, I went into this without high expectations, and it didn't blow me away. It just baffled me. I recommend it to Rey Mysterio fans who probably want to look at his earlier stuff in Mexico, like from 1994. I'd say only check out the extras if you want to see some fucked up shit. That mask versus masks match, entertaining as well, by the way. I didn't score that one, did I? So yeah, 3 out of 5 for that. Could have been better if they didn't have the interference, though. I had to get used to that 2 out of 3 falls pin rule. That was just very weird, and I didn't obviously learn about it until the second match into the disc because of that DQ finish of the first match. And yeah, what a fucking weird DVD. I'm going to give it a score of 3 out of 10, only because I didn't understand it. But that's my own fault in a way. Maybe it does deserve a bit of a higher score than that. It's not a shit DVD by all means. It's okay, like I said, but I just didn't understand it, and that's the best advice and the best way I can explain this to you guys. Should you check it out, like I said, possibly if you're a Rey Mysterio Jr. fan and you want to relive some of those matches I just talked about, then by all means check it out. It's not an expensive DVD or anything, but it's just I wasn't expecting it, and as I said, I'm not encouraging you to do drink or drugs, but don't watch this stoned or don't watch this while you're drinking or anything like that, because it would mess your head up. Absolutely crazy shit. Yeah, so 3 out of 10, guys. I was not expecting it to be that way. Have you guys seen this before? Let me know in the comments below. Is it one you're going to be interested in getting now? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if I deserve one for this agonizing torture. Not as bad as the one from last time there. But yeah, like I said, I don't mind going through this series, doing this, putting myself through this for you guys, because at the end of the day, it's entertaining to talk about it, and I'm just curious sometimes to see what lies on those DVDs. Sometimes I'm going to be worried about putting each one on, especially after that experience I had as hard as the rock. With as hard as the rock. This one, as I said, not as bad. Yeah, let me know, guys. Next up will be episode 3. We'll have Chris Benoit, The Aftermath by RF Video. I don't know what to expect from that one. If you have any other weird wrestling DVDs as well that you know about, please comment them below, and I'll consider them in the series, or if not, in a future episode. You know what I mean, guys? And I'll be grateful for that, because I'm always interested to know if there's anything really bizarre out there, anything strange, so I can put myself through watching it, so I can give my thoughts and opinions on it. I really do enjoy doing that, but it can get to me, I guess. I don't know. I don't let it, though. It is fun. I hope you've had fun with this. I'm going to stop droning on now. Yes, 3 out of 10, guys. Stay safe. Feel free to subscribe if I deserve that as well, after torturing you all with that. I'll catch you again. Peace.